Hi, and thanks for joining us on Away From It All TV. I'm Roland, this is my son Jeremy, and today in our Bushcraft segment, we're going to be talking to you about one of the most important skill sets any person who frequents the outdoors can possibly have, and that is the ability to make fire.
That's right. You know, it's been raining here for several days. The conditions are still damp, they're still marginal, and we just wanted to show you one of our favorite ways to make sure we get a fire on the first try.
Absolutely. I think we got something here. Oh, Jeremy, I think this is what we're looking for right here.
Yep, that looks like it.
Now, to the casual observer, the passerby, the uninitiated, what this looks like is an old rotten log. But what this really is, we think, is a piece of fat lighter. And it's greasewood, pitchwood, fat lighter, fat wood, whatever you want to call it. But this is your best friend when it comes to making fire, especially in damp conditions or less than optimal conditions. When you need a fire that will burn hot and burn long and give you extra burn time to dry out your other material and help you have almost a sure fire, fat lighter is what you're looking for.
It really is. You know, you can find fat lighter in many different parts of a pine tree. A lot of times the crook right where a branch meets the trunk of a tree will have some fat lighter in it.
That's right.
You can also find it in down limbs and down stumps like this, or even dead standing. And what happens is the pine sap gets condensed and it saturates inside of this wood, and it's an extreme accelerant. So
right.
you can catch this stuff on fire fairly easy. And a lot of times if it's wet outside, you can cut into this and get down to some dry wood that's pretty much just what they call fat lighter.
That's right. So we're going to test it right now and show you how to make sure you're not just looking at a rotten log, because some logs do look like this. So I'm going to take this and just bump it real carefully. I'll pick up this piece of wood. Yep, that's it. And what
Sure
you're
is.
looking for is you're looking for that pine smell, that turpentine smell, like a household pine cleaner. And that's what that smells like, because that sap is concentrated and saturated in there, like Jeremy said. And that's a great accelerant, and we're going to show you how to process this down and how to make a fire in less than optimal conditions.
Driest stuff you're gonna find out in conditions like this is gonna be dead hanging. It's always gonna be the driest stuff. Sometimes you can find some stuff that's just kind of laid up on top of some brush piles, and that'll be pretty dry too. Sometimes, you know, just as dry as the dead hanging, but dead hanging is what I'm really looking for. Okay, we have our toothpick size stuff here. We have our pencil size stuff here. We have around about thumb size stuff here. Now, if we were going to be starting a sustainable fire, a serious fire, a long-term fire, we would have a lot more of this thumb size stuff and even bigger. But this is just for demonstrational purposes, so we're not really trying to make some huge extravagant bonfire here. Now, Dad has his kindling stuff right here, and he's got a little platform right here for his ignition. So Let's see what he does with it.
All right, this light colored wood here is the fat lighter that we were talking about. And I want to show you this. Right here, see this very dark orange part of this. The darker orange the material is, the higher the concentration of pine sap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to process this, and we've broken up some pieces of fat lighter here, as you can see, and you saw Jeremy baton that. Now I'm going to show you how to process this so that you can use it to start your fire. Now I'm going to take the 90-degree spine of my knife right there, and that 90-degree spine is very sharp. I'm going to take that, I'm going to take this piece of fat lighter, and I'm going to make some fine scrapings and try to land them on these two pieces of fat lighter as an ignition platform. So let's see if I can do that. Now I want to tell you that building a fire is about 80% preparation of material. So if you prepare your material properly, you stand a much higher chance of starting that fire with as little effort and as much success as you can possibly give yourself. All right, I've got a silver dollar sized pile of fat lighter scrapings. Now I'm going to take this ferrocerium rod and the 90-degree spine of my knife right here, and I'm going to scrape that ferrocerium rod very firmly, and I'm going to drive material off the rod into this pile of fat lighter scrapings and try to set it on fire. Let's see what happens. And there we have ignition. Now we can start adding some smaller stuff to this, and these are pieces of fat lighter. Now what that's going to do is that's going to give you an extended burn time. It's going to burn very, very hot. And you can see all that smoke coming up off there. That is evidence of that pine resin that is collected up in that wood. Now I don't want to smother the fire, but this is burning so hot and so fast, I want to stack up some of this stuff. And what I'm doing is I'm giving myself a great opportunity here to dry out some of this small stuff that's damp and marginal. Now I want to take this whole pile, part of it anyway, and I'm going to just kind of roll it over on top of that fat lighter. And I'm going to let that burn there for just a minute. Fire loves disorganization, and I'm not going to add any more until the flames get above the level of this material. You see, now that fat lighter is burning in there and is giving me an extended burn time, and I can hear it popping. All that popping is moisture leaving and drying out some of this smaller material. And I'm going to back away a little bit because I like my eyebrows where they are. Now I'm going to start adding some larger pencil-sized material to this. And again, I'm careful not to smother the fire, but I want to give it plenty of fuel. And you can see how that fire is just eating. And this is all because all this material is slightly damp. It's not wet, but it's slightly damp. It's marginal. It's not optimal. But you can see that fire loves this stuff because underneath it, we have that fat lighter giving us extended burn time. And look how high that flame already is. So this material is drying out rapidly. And now if I want, I can start adding some larger fuel because I don't like to add material to the fire until the flames get above the material I've already added. But this is well involved beyond that moment. So I can go ahead and add some more material carefully and be mindful of where you put your hands. And now what we have here is a sustainable fire that will burn for 15-20 minutes. That fat lighter under there will still be burning 5 or 10 minutes from now. And so this is a great way to build a fire in marginal damp conditions. Fat lighter is your friend. Yeah, we got us a fire.
Look at that. Good job.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate your help with it too.
You know, one thing you want to keep in mind is not to cook directly over this fire. If you want to make a stew or cook in a pot, that's great.
That's right.
Well, unless you love the taste of pine. If you cook meat or anything directly over this flame,
Pass the pine cleaner. I want to throw
Yeah.
some on this steak. You know?
you're gonna have tar chicken. That's right.
Well, thanks for joining us on Away From It All TV today. We hope you've learned something about bushcraft and fire building. Remember, fat lighter is your friend when you need a fire.
That's right. Hit that like button, share the video.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and hey, get out there, take somebody with you, get away from it all.
Where dreams are restored in the great outdoors.
Golly. There's water on them leaves up there. How to make fire.
That's right. What?
Let's wait for the airplane to go over.
Oh.
Then you say,
Go away, is what I say.
then you say,
Look, over there, in the crevasse.
it would be exceedingly difficult to make a fire in a crevasse. Perhaps one day. No, we will not try that. I am not going into a crevasse to make a fire. I can tell you that right now.
Neither am I. Today we're going to show you one of our favorite ways to make a fire, especially
Start over, Christian. Fire! Real quick, they can't understand today.
today.
Smarty pants.
You know, it's been raining for
Stop.
days.
This thing is just wiggling. I got to get off of it a little bit. This thing is on me. Okay, I think I got it. Because this little thing here was doing this the whole time.
What was it doing?
This. All right. I want my hand up here. And
Look,
it's trapped
move it
underneath
out
here.
of the way. Just do this.
But it looks good in the edge of the camera.
Yes, the leopard look good in the edge of the camera over here. And not quite so much.
It's
still exactly where it was.
Stop it. I command you. All right. You started it. Now you dwindle away to nothing and become detritus on the floor of the forest.